Morning everyone, it's Becky from Northern Star Guidance. Happy Valentine's Day. This is the weekly energy forecast for the week ahead, Monday the 15th of February onwards. I feel a need to change things up. And this is now my third attempt at doing this, and already I'm feeling how massive the messages are and the energy that's coming through. And it's getting very frustrating now because, like I said, I've done this 3 times now and it's just not working. But I'm persistent with it, so hopefully this will be the one that makes it. I feel very called to work with these sacred power reading cards. I use them for the Chinese New Year messages. By the way, if you haven't already, go and check them out and comment on it with your Chinese star sign, and I will send you the message directly to your inbox. So if you're new here, welcome to Returning Watchers, and if you're new here, I look at the energies from the elements. Now, I usually do earth, air, fire, water, and read them all as one message. I'm going to do it differently today. After much fussing and trying the other way, I'm going to do a little brief message for earth, and then air, and then fire, and then water. I'll post the whole thing as one video on YouTube, and I might do a little cut section for social media for those that just want the short bare minimum of the message. But I don't want to cut it short anymore like I have been doing. I've been trying to squash it into 15 minutes, and it's just, I don't think it's fair on you guys. It doesn't honour the messages that are coming through if I'm feeling time bound. So let's see what messages are coming up from Earth. Self-love. Okay. This has been coming up a lot in personal reads as well. Oh, I've just noticed, sorry, these are new cards. I've just noticed there's a little, there's the inner child here. And I always call the inner child the inner light being, because I just find it easier to connect with my inner light being in that sense. If we see it as an inner light being, I think when we say inner child, a lot of people think about their childhood. This is different. This is your energetic child. And the key to self-love is loving this inner light being and letting it shine its light, nurturing it, giving it love. So love, this is coming up in Earth. It's a very practical, energy that's coming through. This is something that I've noticed in the other, there we go. This is something that I've noticed in the other failed readings that I've done so far. A lot of spiritual stuff is coming up for Earth, which to me is quite big. There we go. Like I said, a lot of heavy spiritual awakening stuff happening in Earth energy at the moment. This is the third one I've pulled that has talked about a soul journey for Earth. Just think about that. Earth energy is the things in our reality. It's our relationships, the things we can see and touch and feel, our finances, our stability and stuff like that. This is feeling very internal, very personal journey, but not individual. That is a big message that's coming up, that this is not just a solo event. This is a everyone event. And it feels so big. So big. So, like I said, this is nurturing your inner child. Given that time, attention and love. I'm going to say inner light being, because I don't know about you, but that just feels better for me. And it's something last year when I started writing my meditation program, a lot of that was centered around working with our inner light being. The fact that it's coming up in Earth, to me, says that this is a time to practically exercise that. So whether it is doing meditation, whether it is looking inside and asking what you need to get to feel self-love. Because the healing of anything outside requires first our healing inside. That was something that came up in one of the Chinese star sign messages as well. That healing's got to start with ourselves before we can progress onto things. So, and this is earth energy coming up. Feeling very much the newness of this. In order to prosper in anything, we need to be whole. We need to feel whole. And that's the message that I'm getting with this. I love that we've got strength out with it as well. Because it takes a lot of courage to look inside. It takes a lot of courage to put yourself first. We are often conditioned that we must self-sacrifice. And it's something I notice particularly within British culture, that it's sort of frowned upon to acknowledge yourself in a sense of being proud of yourself, being proud of who you are and what you can accomplish and your dreams and desires, and that to stand up and say, yeah, I can do that. It's something that, oh, you don't talk like that. It's seen as pride. But this is realizing that you've got that light inside of you, and now is a time to let that shine. The fact that it's coming out in earth, this is putting that energy to practical use. And it feels bigger than us. It feels like sharing that light with others. So this is feeling better already. Third time's a charm, yeah. So I'm just going to set that there and we'll get air out. Messages from air for the week ahead. I'm feeling you. Rainbow dragon. I've not had this one out yet, but it's so pretty, isn't it? I am going to have to read about that though, because I have no idea what the rainbow dragon's about. It was this card that made me buy this deck. Be honest with yourself and others. Release your burdens. Right, okay. It says float. I'm going to have to read the whole thing. I'm sorry. I was hoping to I've been working with these over the Chinese New Year, and I just found intuitively drawn to the messages. And I just want to keep working with them right now. I'm feeling drawn to keep working with them in that way. But I am going to have to read this one. Floating with the golden ascension rays. The rainbow dragon is making you aware of what is required for you to act in truth and honesty. And what is air? Air is our thoughts and our ideas and our expression of that, our communication. The rainbow dragon opens connections to your higher self, the central sun and angelic and ascended master realm, while centering you in the present. Through the dragon's movements, the frequency and vibration of the rainbow spectrum dissipates negative blocks and karmic debris. But only if you're willing to accept the change required to break down walls and barriers that stop you from moving forward. That was a massive thing that come up in one of the failed messages, was about blockages and the difference between barriers and boundaries. Powerful and unstoppable, once you activate your rainbow dragon, prepare for swift and sudden change. Bringing harmony and change in a positive direction, the rainbow dragon is the protector, harmonizer, destructor, and creator all in one. Connecting to the elements, the dragon is here to assist you in raising your vibration and consciousness through the energy of the elements. As the creator of action, you are encouraged to follow your truth with honesty and integrity. Right now, honesty is required in all areas of your life. When you begin to unburden yourself, you allow yourself to be open to the gifts of the universe. Now is the time to get busy. Ask the elements for assistance to work through your present issues. Which element can help you in your current situation? Focus on the rainbow dragon. Which colour are you attracted to in the card? And this is why I wanted to read it out to you. So, if it's pink and purple, pink or purple that you're drawn to, then that is earth, grounding nature, practical life cycles, balance and harmony. White, if you're drawn to the white areas, then this is air, breath and meditation, clarity of consciousness. If you're drawn to blue, this is water, accessing and freeing emotion, truth and expression. Fire, red or orange, which is the one I'm drawn to in this, finding your passion. And purple is spirit. Oh, we've got pinky purple. Ah, right, I see. So we've got the pinky purple like through the sort of mane there and the hair down here, and then you've got the purple here. Purple is spirit, placing you on your life direction, harmonizing yin and yang energies, emergence of one with spiritual law, identifying patterns and rules governing life, creation, awareness, and higher frequency. God, that was a lot to say. So, yeah, feel free to comment or message me if you, in fact, no, here you go. Just in case you want to screenshot that and you can have a proper look at it later or something. So, yeah, that was an interesting one. I've not, like I said, I've not looked at this card yet. I've not had this card out yet. The devil is on the bottom before. So, are we getting stuck in old thought patterns here? That's what I'm instantly feeling here, because the devil traps us in places that are comfortable. And that's something that I've, energy that I'm seeing a lot play out in personal readings that I've done as well recently, is needing to move out of our comfort zone. Did this come up last week? I feel like it's something that I've touched on very recently. Be honest with yourself and others, release your burdens. This is our burdens right here. And I'm feeling this is overthinking, this is being stuck in our head. Also getting a sense of like either old memories or nightmares coming through, having very strong dreams. In the lead up to the new moon, I found a lot of old wounds were coming up for me, and these are stuff that I have moved on from. I'm just wondering if other people have had this too, because this has taken a rest. It can also just, it's like the breath in between battles. But to me, I'm feeling that sort of overthinking, the voices in our heads, in our heads, the voices in our head And what are they saying to you? What are they communicating? I'm feeling like I need to come out of that negative self-talk. That's what it feels like here. So let me know about the rainbow dragon, if the like what colour you were drawn to and how you've interpreted that. I'm really interested to see how people have. It's something I like about these cards is it asks you to look into the colours as well and get the message from there as well. But this is finding our inner truth, pushing past those negative thoughts and ideas and connecting. I found it interesting that I mentioned the yin yang. It was something that come up in one of the failed messages. I'm going to keep referring back to these failed messages because it's the same energies. It's the same energies that have come up about needing communication, about massive soul growth, about needing to change and shed that which doesn't serve us anymore. In air. Air has been massive. So far I've had transformation out for this. I have had change. And now rainbow dragon, which is telling us to be the change. This is change in our mindset. So massive amounts of spiritual and mental growth going on here. Right, let's get fire. Intuition. So, also not had this card out either. But we're with fire, aren't we? I'm just going to have a quick scan over it. Look beyond the surface. Listen carefully to your inner voice. That's exactly what Rainbow Dragon's been saying, isn't it? I am able to see clearly and accurately through divine assistance. I've just been very drawn to this little quote here, which says, if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. This is very much listening to those internal messages that we're getting. We are also on the cusp of Pisces now, and Pisces is the realm of intuition. We are going to start feeling that connection a lot more with our intuition, with divine consciousness, whatever you call that. Those messages are going to start coming through a lot stronger than they do. And this is coming up in our fire, so intuition. How is intuition there for fire? Feeling you. Gotta stop being unsure when that happens. Thank you. Huh. There's that, if it doesn't feel right. If it doesn't feel right, why are we doing it? What's it going to cost us? Now, the world come out first. This is closing a cycle. It's the end of something, the end of a cycle, the beginning of a new cycle. I'm getting a feeling of, how do we want to close this cycle? With brute force or with skill and oddly drawn to share something. I've spent the last week or so thinking about having a massive social media clear out and cutting the connections that I no longer feel. Not in a negative way, just removing the people that I don't connect with anymore. It's something that keeps coming up into my mind and I just haven't had the time to sit down and actually do it. But I'm feeling that sort of energy here of releasing, of letting go. This is recognizing that something has come to its finality, to its natural closing of that. Sorry, I feel like I'm being a bit scatty with this message because I'm trying to process it in my head. Something I've often thought about this image of the world is it kind of reminds me of the female genitalia. I know that sounds like insane, but I get a feeling of womb energy with the world, which is also about cycles. And this is a completion of a cycle. I'm feeling this really heavily connected with the air message here. To make space for other things, we've got to release something else. We've got to close off something else. And this is coming up in our passions. In fact, even tying this in with the self-love. Are we honouring ourselves? Are we doing things that we don't feel right about? We all face those times. It's something I've noticed particularly like in workplaces sometimes, where you've had to do something where you're not entirely comfortable with, whether it is sacking somebody or I don't know, but I'm getting that sort of energy from this, with that coming up with intuition of if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. But there's a way to close this cycle with integrity. I'm going to pull another one for that because I'll be honest, I've kind of struggled with the interpretation of that. There we go. The Two Coins is all about balancing. It's the balancing act that we do. But I always feel like there's a struggle with this. Especially this one, where he's balancing on a tightrope. It's like, well, while you're focusing on this, what's happening to this that is being left behind? Right, I'm going to pop that to one side because I'll be honest, I'm really struggling with it. Intuition has been a massive thing that has come up in fire. Getting these cards out with it is what's sort of thrown me. It's like bringing things to a close, but being very aware of how we do that and the reasons we're doing that. Right, water. Messages from water. The collective for the week ahead. Oh no. I was feeling very drawn to you, and that came up in air in one of the previous messages. Onward change. That was one of the other ones. Medicine. This is where the healing's coming in, isn't it? Lead by example, share your knowledge with others. And the affirmation is, I am a powerful healer. The power of the universe shines within me. I am a powerful light bringer. And what was I saying with this self-love card? This is going beyond yourself. It is, I'm getting this sort of duality. So something that I was feeling with this message over here that I've just stumbled through, I do apologise. But this message from Fire was feeling very self-focused, doing what is best for you. And I'm getting that whole oxygen mask scenario of you put your own oxygen mask on first before you help others. And I was thinking that before this come up, but this is bringing that together for me with this fire and earth energy. This is bringing our own healing to ourselves first, so that we can then help others and heal others. I mean, this could be on a very personal level. This could be healing relationships. It's something that seems to have come up over last week as well, of healing old wounds. And this feels like the energy for doing that. This is all feeling very personal growth, very geared towards finding our inner strength, taking this time inward to look inward, to repair ourselves, so we can then support the community, so we can then help others. What was I just saying? Three of Swords. There are wounds, our old wounds. Oh, way too many. Way too many. There we go. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's just a perfect message. Right, so these are our old wounds. The stories we tell, the moments that we have been or felt like the victim of circumstances, of other people, of our emotions. This is bringing that healing to that. And how do we do that? Here's our inner child again. This is bringing that love to our inner light being. For me, the Page of Cups is our inner child. He's the most innocent of the pages. The one who needs the most love and affection and and care. This is healing those old wounds. Wow, I feel teary at it, because it's so well connected with the message that we began with. Shedding those old stories, shedding those old wounds, not forgetting them. It's something, forgiveness has been a massive lesson that I had to learn. It took me 20 odd years to learn how to do it completely. Like, there was aspects and people from my past that I just could not forgive. And it is only in the last year, last 2 years, that I have been able to reach that point of forgiveness. And the only thing I can say from the other side, and that was some horrific things that I went through, some really, really tough things that I can't share. But I can only say from the other side, it feels so much better to bring healing to that, especially the inner child. And this could be childhood traumas, things that you suffered when you were innocent. This is healing that. Oh my God, I've got that. I was looking at that and I heard that Return to Innocence song, like from back in the 90s, which has got a very sort of, it's got like a Native American chant in it. I'm going to have to listen to that today now. So, yeah, this is a week of asking yourself what needs healing within you, what old emotions are coming up, and how can you heal them? How can you bring love and peace to them internally? Wow, that was like quite an epic message. I'm gonna get one of these out. They're by the same author and the same artist. It feels like one of those weeks. It's very... These are the Sacred Spirit cards. So these ones are Sacred Power reading cards, and these are Sacred Spirit. Oh. I think as we're sort of coming into Pisces season, and especially through Aquarius, I think Aquarius and Pisces, these are our, you know, these are our higher being connection to spirit and source, and these are our magic moments to go through, aren't they? So let's fully appreciate that and honor that. Message from Spirit regarding this message, regarding this read for the collective. What's the advice? Ooh, we got 2 again. What is with the 2s? Soul fragments. Balance will be restored, and living life energy. See the beauty in life. 25. Living light energy. See the beauty in life. Spend time in nature. I always think, because I assume this is a cityscape, but when I look at it, I always see sort of tombstones. Understanding that everything is energy. The air we breathe, the elements, emotions, sounds, animals, people, our thoughts, all of this is energy. Living light energy is positively charged and full of physical life, radiating its permeance throughout the universe. Cosmic and earthly energy is all living light energy, as it stems from the celestial light source. All of creation, the cosmic Big Bang, and its remnants make up the wonderful and beautiful collective of living light energy. It is pure energy that vibrates at its original blueprint. While energy is transformed, transmuted, and recycled across time, its living light energy hums in synchronicity with universal planning. All energy pulses its divine signature, with plants and animals also resonating with living light energy, the very state of their being, biologically unaltered, is an open receptacle to living light energy. With creation in all forms stemming from its divine beauty. Opening yourself to receiving living light energy requires only an open heart that wishes to be balanced and harmonized with universal flow and the divine source of all that is. Whole and complete, this energy now awaits you to integrate and unify your heart into an all-love energy. Currently, you may have dissolved or reignited a passion for crystals and gemstones, water gardens, walking or hiking in nature and gardening. These beautiful energies are encouraging you to connect with living light energy, to open your heart to natural beauty and the breath of life. Right now, see the beauty in life. The simplicity of nature and its divine elegance will encourage you to reset your mind in the present moment. All energy is recycled. Know that now you are changing your attitude in life. Soon to emerge from a deep slumber of transformation, surrounding yourself with living light energy such as plants, crystals, or minerals to support your light body through this powerful transition. It says the sacred crystal is celestite, angel assistant, Archangel Ariel, healthy living, connecting to animals and nature. And the affirmation, I integrate living light energy within my heart, mind and soul. I am one. So I'm finding it interesting that this has come up with soul fragments. Balance will be restored, and this is bringing back the fragments of our soul. Balance will be restored, claim your inner power, and the affirmation is, I am the master of my own mind, I am ready to move on. And this is something, you know, I'm talking about this healing our inner child. So when we when we are holding on to that energy from an old wound, it's essentially like having a wound in our soul. It fragments parts of us. And do you ever have that feeling that you've left parts of yourself in places with certain people in certain circumstances? And something that I have done previously, people might call it cord cutting. I call it energy release and restore, is writing down those things. Writing down everything that you want to say to those situations or those people where you feel that you've left a part of your soul behind. Write it all out in a big letter. Write every feeling, every emotion. Be completely open and honest, because it's not going anywhere. You're not going to send it to the person. What you then do after you've let it all out is write a little closing statement of, I now forgive this energy. I forgive you. I forgive myself. I now release your energy so that we can both move on, or so I can move on for my own spiritual growth and healing. And then you destroy the letter. What I do very safely is in a bowl with some water to hand, and I'll burn it in a bowl. And then I'll do some meditation and visualization, visualizing that energy leaving my body, and then recalling my own energy back to my body. So I'm kind of loving that this has come up together. It is using those the energy of nature to heal ourselves, to see the beauty in life, and to see that we are whole. We are always whole. It's that disconnection takes place within inside ourselves. We never actually left parts of ourselves in those places. So really big, quite an emotional message that's coming through here. For a lot of you, this is healing that inner child, healing those old wounds, bringing closure, bringing closure to situations, to things from the past. Oh my God, this finally makes sense. Sorry, it's just all sort of clicked in now. Because this is what happens when we hold on to that negative energy sometimes. This is that bitter feeling. isn't it? That's what it feels like. It's very vengeful, or it can feel very vengeful. But how does it make you feel after you've acted out of that? When you've acted from a place of, I want to get you back for the hurt you've inflicted on me, it makes you feel bad too, doesn't it? So, right, that's the messages this week. Please let me know how you felt about the new way of doing this reading. Because I love the energy reading. I don't, whether you watch it or don't watch it, I enjoy doing it. And I don't know, this felt like a very profound message, and I want to keep doing it this way, at least for the remainder of, well, not the remainder, we haven't even hit Pisces season yet. But yeah, definitely want to do it this way for Pisces while we are in that energy of, let's have a look, Pisces, I believe. So, okay, hope you all have a wonderful week ahead, and I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.